Hi, and welcome to an RPM Telco tutorial about direct rep assignment. In this tutorial, we're going to be covering over the feature direct rep assignment, how it's used, and where you can find it. And then also some historical migration if you're swapping from, say, assignment codes. We'll be going over that near the end as well. So, the feature itself is a feature that is designed to allow you to assign your deals, so your accounts, your customers, those commission items that come in every month, sales reps, agencies, and reps in RPM. So, from the top left menu, the most common place you'll see this is after importing data. So, on your import data page, after you import your commission items for the month, you'll get these unassigned rep warnings. So, this is just letting you know that you have some accounts that are new this month, and RPM doesn't yet know who they belong to. If I click these warnings, I'll be able to see all of the accounts listed. They won't say new in front of them. This is just how I uploaded my accounts. So you'll have an account number in here. I put new just to emphasize that they're fully new accounts. And from here, I can see that I have 3 that need to be assigned. And I can see the customer here in the center, and then the number of commission items that roll up under this account number. So I can select all of these accounts, or I can select just one by clicking on it and unclicking. I can select the accounts I want to assign, or I can assign this account that I have checked to John Doe here. Click on assign. That will cycle through and assign that account to him. And then I can also click on another one. Say I want to assign this to me, you, assign as well. So once I hit done, we'll just leave that there because this is my demo. I don't have to worry about clearing all my warnings. Top left menu to my accounts here. And it will look at these accounts here that I just assigned, and it'll show me that these agents are now assigned to the accounts. So the reason I came in here to show you that I assigned those accounts to this rep is that you can also transfer this account to another rep, say me you, and then now me you is the transferred or the primary assigned rep on the account number. So I can also go a step further and clear it out, but pretty much this just allows me to show that my any commission items that roll up under this account going forward in time and for the current open commission run will be assigned to whoever I have under this assigned rep here. So now I can also go a step further and show you some more layers to this feature. So we can load them by going to import data, showing it after the warnings appear, and then dealing with them then. But we also have the ability to preload these assigned reps by going to the account number and then selecting the assigned rep from here. So if I had a whole new account that I don't yet have an assigned rep for, but maybe have no commissions under yet, so this could be an account number that I created because we closed the deal or booked the deal, but it has not yet commissioned. And our backend order entry team has created this account number for that, but we haven't had to assign it yet because there's no commissions. So I can pre-tell RPM, hey, when this account actually does bill, I want it to be assigned to me, you. And then you can also go a step further and actually do a assignment exception. So this will allow you to choose a different rep or even the same rep if you want, but say let's do house count John Doe, and we can do an exception to that rule we put there. So yeah, all of the commission items would normally go to me, you, the rep. But for a certain case, say for product, if it was a whole bus as the product, instead of assigning it to me, you like I normally would, I want you to assign it to John Doe because I don't want to pay me, you on this product because John Doe actually worked on this deal as well, and maybe he gets all of the products under this category. So common usage of this is you can do it on the account level, like I'm doing here. You can have your account assigned to whoever partner sold it or whichever rep sold it. And then you can do an exception for, say, a spiff or an upfront. You can do an exception where if the product comes in as a spiff or an upfront product, instead of assigning it to the rep, you can assign it to the house account. So that way you're not passing any of the spiff or upfront commissions to the rep, and they won't ever be able to see the history of that item showing up under their commission reports that they've received, say, 0% on spiffs or commission items because they were never assigned it in the first place. So that's one of the powerful uses of the exceptions. And you can get very in detailed with these. You can see I can just keep adding them for as many different product types as I need. If you do all of the product types, then really it's assigned to John Doe instead. But yeah, so you can add a ton of different exceptions. You can do them on the net build as well. So you can say anything from a range of $1 to $1,000 belongs to me. You. Anything from 1,000 to 2,000 belongs to the house, or vice versa. Anything like that. So you can set rules on net build, gross commission, and all of these other options. Gross commission, wholesale, contract value. Net build being the amount billed to the customer, gross commission being the amount you're receiving. Wholesale and contract values are extra money fields on the imports that you can bring in. They can really represent anything, but to us, wholesale represents like a wholesale number for the contract. The contract value represents the full contract MRC, or split it up for like terms, for example. And then bypass code is the most complicated option. If you, I don't want to spend the time to explain it here, but if you're interested, you can look up bypass codes on our support page to get more information on that. Yeah. So that is the assign rep portion of it. The exceptions add a huge layer to how you can assign deal partners. And you might want to, if you're using assignment codes, you might want to switch to this just to make use of the exception. But yeah. So one other layer is if I go to my customer Fruit Loops here on the far right, or if I go to my customers page from the top left menu, customers, and I just click on any customer, I can set a default rep on my customers. What that does is it'll take any of these account numbers that come in under this customer, and it'll automatically assign John Doe as the rep of those commission items that come in under these accounts. So it's not going to automatically set John Doe under the assigned rep portion, but you'll see here in this little notice, this account has no assigned rep, so John Doe will be used because it is the default rep on the customer. That means John Doe will get all of the commission items that roll in under any account that falls under this customer name. So in layman's terms, this just means you can assign a customer that your sale partner close to the sales partner. So anything that comes in under that customer will automatically be assigned to that partner. So some technical details about it is that the account assigned rep takes precedent over the customer number or customer default. So if I was to select my other rep, me, you in here, that message will clear, meaning that if since John Doe is the default rep, or even though he is the default rep, since I put in an assigned rep for this account, items will actually go to me, you, instead of the default of John Doe. So you'll have to be careful with your assigned reps and your default customers. Really only use default customers if you know that these accounts should always go to this one rep and you don't have to do. So that is the 2 or 3 main ways you'd be using the direct rep assignment feature. So to summarize, there is the direct import data assignment, where you'd import your data and then you'd assign any new accounts to any new unassigned accounts to your sale partners. And then there's the accounts page where you can also do that. And you can also preload before the accounts commission, you can preload those reps in. And then for the customers, you can set a default rep where they get everything that rolls up under that customer, unless you have some exception set up account level. So talking about that, you might wonder on how you're going to report on that going forward. We've added, or we have columns called assigned, assignment set, assigned agencies, assigned rep, and the IDs, as well as the exceptions. So I'm going to be going over each of these columns here. So assigned is the last time a agent or rep was assigned to the account. Assignment set is almost the same thing, except it is a modified date as well. So an assignment set could or will represent things that were changed as well as the last time they were assigned. So if you removed an agent from the account, it will show up as the updated date assignment set, where it might not change on the assigned. Assigned agencies and assigned reps is just who is assigned to the account. So this will always be the primary. It doesn't include the exceptions. So just for this example, this agent and this rep is the one I assigned to this account number, and then the IDs are just the RPM generated rep. And then the assignment exceptions are the number of exceptions that you have set up under this account. So the reason the number of exceptions is here instead of, say, the details is we have a separate report up top here under more called account assignment exceptions. So you can use this report to see all of the exceptions you have across the board. Then you can just download this if you want to, or check all of those exceptions. So I'll have the value here, the type of exception you have, who it goes to. So you'll have these same kind of columns on the customer page, except they'll be called default rep, default agency. And then you'll also have a layer of filters under the commission section where you can search through your accounts for accounts with no assigned reps yet, ones with exceptions, so the range of exceptions. Usually the best use of this would be greater than, so you can see all the accounts with exceptions. And then the date the assignment was set. So those are the filters, and then you'll have one last thing with the customer. The same kind of filter set, missions, no default rep as the other. Yeah. So the last thing I want to cover is if you're doing assignment codes or are using assignment codes or were using assignment codes in the past and you want to move to this new way of assigning deals, you'll go into more and you'll do migrate assignment codes feature set here. So this will take all of your accounts and that have the same assignment codes. So if you don't really know what I'm talking about here, don't worry about it. You probably were never using assignment codes, so you don't have to worry about it going forward. But if you do kind of know what I'm talking about with assignment codes and you've used them in the past and you want to switch out of assignment codes, we have a migration tool here which will take all of those mappings where your assignment code was the same as the account number, and I'll just remove the assignment codes and put the assigned rep now on each of these accounts. So I'll give you a full list of what it's going to affect here. And you don't really have to worry about it if this wizard picks it up. It just means that you weren't really using assignment codes for any special purpose. You were just taking it and using it as the account number. So I really recommend using this migration tool if pretty much in 99% of the cases you'd want to switch to the new way of assigning it. Assignment codes would really only be useful if you wanted to take, say, a sales ID and group a bunch of numbers in. So a bunch of accounts under one ID and assign it to your reps. It requires some more manual work on the Excel spreadsheet level because you have to control the data before it comes in. But in most cases, you're already using the same value for account number and assignment code. So migrating to the direct rep assignment feature is highly recommended. So this tool, you really just have to hit OK, and I'll take all of these account numbers and put the corresponding rep, so John Doe here under the house account, as the assigned rep for that account, which they were already for previous commission runs. Yeah, so once you hit OK, it's going to move through all of those accounts, make the transition for you, and then going forward, you just won't have to worry about your assignment code. You'll definitely want to make sure, though, this is very important, under your supplier, under imports and transfer, you'll want to clear out your mapping for assignment codes. So you'll notice assignment codes is no longer required. Yeah, it's no longer required. So you can just clear it out. So say I had account in here, for example. I just clear that out, hit OK, and then we're good to go. So you might want to do this before you use the migration tool, or just remember to do it after. You'll have to do it for every single supplier you have mapped assignment codes. You'll do the same for transfers and all that stuff as well. So with a transfer, you'll just switch the assignment code to none, kind of thing. If you don't do this, next time you import commission data, you're going to get a ton of assignment code warnings, which will scare you. And if you see it, you'll probably email RPM Telco support anyways, so we'll be able to help you then. But just as a forewarning, in case you want to avoid the scare, make sure to clear out assignment code. So that is the overview of this feature and some legacy assignment code dealings. If you have any other questions, please email us at support@rpmtelco.com. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.